This is the Desphere 13, and as promised, here is IRECJUMATE's replay of him getting his third Mark of Excellence on his Team 29. And I find it to be quite a nice replay. I mean, it's definitely a lot better than what I can do, and as you can see on his belt, in this replay, he only has 2 marks, which is, quite difficult for me to even get my second mark in mine, but that's probably because I haven't the same experience as IRECJUMATE or another person who sends replays in, Admir Boss. And to be honest, I'm a little jealous, but at the same time I've only been playing for coming up to 3 years now, so I definitely have not been playing that long, and 3 years and almost have a tier 10. I see that as pretty good in my book, mainly because it's the mouse, and that's not the easiest thing to get to. Probably a bit easier than most, but definitely not the easiest, at least early on, because you've got to go through some pretty horrible things to go through if you're just starting the game. As most tier 5s and 6s and 7s basically are when you're first starting. It's pretty bad, but the tier 29 is an exception when it comes to the whole tier 7, because as many of you are probably bored of listening to me say, the turret armor on this tank is basically godlike. If any tank had all-around armor as the T29 at tier 7 has, and it was also tier 7, oh, help everyone, because that thing would be so OP. Even if it had no gun, it would ram everyone to death with the amount of armor at tier 7 it basically would have. But IRECJUMATE has headed over to this hill, which is actually quite a nice place for this tank. Mainly because if you can get it hull down, it's quite easy to just do that over and over again. Basically, shoot and have no fear of being dealt damage by an opponent. And as you can see, some gold shells already being shot at his turret front. Not the wisest decision, but it's definitely there. And he's going to one of the best spots on this map for the T29. It's not so close to the edge of the hill that the enemy team can shoot it up, but at the same time it's just hold down enough and can easily get to this little divot in the hillside to basically become an immovable fortress. Mind you, this only works if your team decides to move on the other side of the flank. And before you move your headsets, that's right, if you look at the minimap, well behind him, there's another heavy. And a little ways behind that heavy is another light tank. Now, why would that be happening? Well, light tanks are kind of useless as they are now. Basically, a medium has, well, a light tank fully geared up has the same view range as a top tier medium. Mind you, when a tier 5 light tank is being put into tier 7, well, not even tier 7, tier 9 games, and it's got tier 9 view range, that's pretty good. But it doesn't have the gun to match, much less the armor to match. And its speed and mobility are the only things going for it. Well, speed, mobility, and its camera rating, but I digress. Some people can pull it off and it's amazing, but I can't do it. Which is why I choose to play tanks like the T29, where it's quite simple to learn how to play. Basically, you stick your face into your opponent, or you sit at any given distance without showing your lower half, and you're basically playing the tank correctly. And it's a nice tank to get to, especially because the best way to learn how to go hull down is the T1 Heavy and then the M6. very tall tanks. Decent turret, decent gun, but very, very tall tanks. The T-29 is definitely not as tall, which allows it to basically give the players that have gone through the American Heavy Tank Tree a breathing from, oh look, you're being shot, oh look, you're being shot, oh look, you're being shot. And I don't know why he was changing. I mean, that is definitely a shot to take, but there, you can kind of see what this tank is all about. You take the tank, well, you look at the tank that you think is about to fire at you, and you just point the front of your turret at him. It's not a German heavy, it's, ooh, and that right there is why you don't go too close to the edge of the hill. This map's, basically you take the hill or you lose. You basically control the mid-ridge and you win the game. Because your opponent really can't do anything about it. Plain and simple. But, as you can see here, 2 of the enemy tanks have last been spotted over here, and if I'm seeing it correctly, there's only 1 other. And there it is. And, did you think you were safe? Yeah, the hill is definitely the spot you want to go to. The opposite end of it is also a very nice spot to take control of the entire map. And with this, it's basically just how much damage and how many kills left can I get? Well, that medium tank is not paying attention, but a shell hits just a little too late. And can he get the kill on this heavy tank? Well, I do believe so. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and share. It really does help out the channel, and it shows that there's an interest for my stuff. And if you want to keep up to date with my other uploads, please subscribe. If you have a replay of your own, please send it to the email down in the description. I am always willing to watch it. This has been the Desphere 13, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Signing off. Bye.